We added some tape to the middle of the table so that the iPad is in the middle. Not over here for that person, not over there for that person, but right here. You want the bottom of the iPad to go between these two.
All right, I'm going into iMotion to find mine from last week. Here that is somebody else's, so I'm going to go back.
Out of that, and then
I'm either going to be in My Movies, and if I'm not, I'm going to come down to here where it says My Movies.
and I'm going to scroll. There's a lot of movies in here. I'm going to find by grade level, and I did mine here.
So I'm going to tap on mine, make sure it's good. The play button is also the pause button. And if I want to skip one picture at a time, I can go here. But if I want to go all the way to the end, from 36 to 50, I just go to this fast forward button, and there it is, all the way at the end. If I want to go all the way back to the beginning, there's this rewind. And now we're all the way back at the beginning. I'm going to delete anything I don't like. I think it's good. Oh, there's a yellow one in there.
I'll take that yellow one out.
Take the yellow out.
There we go.
That's better. All right. Check your speed. Before you export, make sure it's the speed that you want. If you have it set on super slow, then it's going to be in super slow in iMovie. And when I tap on it, it won't let me go any faster. I don't know why that is. I can go slower, but not faster. So make sure your iMotion video is the right speed before you export it. And export. Now I could do it as different options. I do not want a GIF because that doesn't work well with iMovie. Photo, just sit still. I want video. I'm gonna come over to, even though it says photo library, it's confusing. That's just where all pictures and video go. Now I am done with iMotion. I'm disappointed to say I've had some students say that their titles have been changed so they cannot find their video. You're welcome to look at other people's videos if you want to see what's going on there, but you are not allowed to change someone else's video. I wouldn't want someone to change your video. So please respect their video. Do not change anything that was not made by you. When time runs out and we have to stop, your video is going to save automatically, but it's harder for the next class to get to where they need to be because when it opens, it's going to open in your old video. So what I'd like you to do is there's a home button right here, and we're going to double tap that 1, 2 really quickly, and then we're going to swipe up. That just closes the program. So the next group that comes in, when they go to open it, it opens it from the beginning, which is really nice for them. If you push it 2 times slowly, it doesn't do anything. You need to tap it twice quickly. So tap, tap, ready? 1, 2. And then now I just take this, drag it up to close it for the next class. And finally, to save the battery, the top left corner up here, there's a sleep button. Top left corner looks like that right there. Awake, asleep. So I'm going to come over to iMovie. If I'm in somebody else's, I'm going to tap done to back out of that. And projects up here. This one's not mine, so I'm going to tap projects. And now at the bottom, start new project, movie. Magic movie is cool, storyboard is cool, but we're doing something from scratch. So movie. And it asks, which of these do you want to put in the movie? And we're going to say none. 0, 0, create movie. It's just easier this way. Now I'm going to come over to where it says backgrounds. This is tricky. It has backgrounds, but these are color backgrounds. We need nature backgrounds. So I'm going to go back into the media there. I'm going to go to albums, and then you'll see where it says nature backgrounds. I'm going to click on that, and ooh, I put a bunch of pretty ones in there. I can show you later how I got those. I have frogs that are leaping. Let's do some grass here, and then I tap the plus sign. And you'll notice that it moves, and that's a cool effect if you want it, but we don't want that. So I'm going to tap on that. It's called Ken Burns. I'm going to turn off Ken Burns. And now it stays still. And if nothing is highlighted, iMovie doesn't give me any choices because it doesn't know which one I want to edit. But if I tap on one of these clips, these are clips down here, and this is what the actual movie is going to look like when we're done. So with these clips down here, I have to tap on each clip individually to tell iMovie which one I want to change. Now I get to go back to albums up here and recents. Recents means the newest ones, and I just dropped mine in there, and there it is. Now, I'm not going to tap the plus sign because, well, if I do, the plus sign puts it next to the background, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to tap on that to highlight it, and now when I tap delete, it's only going to delete the one that's highlighted there. By the way, when I put this on top, I want to make sure I drag back to the beginning of the story. This is the end, this is the beginning. Now I'm going to go back to that green screen, and I'm going to go 3 dots. And it brings up the option of green, blue screen. Yes, please. Abracadabra. And there we go. Sometimes the green does not naturally blend in. So I tap on the green screen and then I tap on the background. Sometimes that is required. Now you might discover that if your green screen video is kind of long, that it doesn't finish. And that's because the downstairs isn't long enough. And there are a couple ways to do this. One is you can tap the downstairs and then you can drag it out as long as you want. That way you see where your green screen video ends. And another way is to tap the downstairs background, and there's the word duplicate. That's going to make a copy of it. This I find makes it easier for editing later on, but either way, you want to make the downstairs first floor longer in order to make the upstairs long enough. But see, in this case, I think it's just easier if I just tap the downstairs and then I just drag it until there's the end right there. Sometimes you want to get to the end of a clip and it won't let you. I'm going to drag this clip, but it keeps pushing it over. It's like standing at the front door while trying to see the entire house. So we need to zoom out to see the big picture. So there's a trick to that. If you pinch together, it looks like it's shrinking it down, but it's really not. Pinch together, it backs away. So if you pinch apart, you're just getting closer to the clips, but they're all the same size, they're just closer. Pinch together, it backs away. What do we do if there is some background there that we don't want? You see, that's a notebook that was on the table. I didn't see when I filmed that. There are a couple of options. So I'm going to tap on the green screen and it turns yellow. Now I've got some options over here. I'm going to go to the box, which is a crop. To crop something out means to hide it. And that looks great, but there's a catch. If you crop it too low, they disappear altogether. So it's nice to have the option, although it's better to just have an all green background the first time that you film. There are these sliders here, and the sliders say how strong or how weak the green screen is. In this case, if I make it weaker, I can see more of the notebook. And if I go stronger, the notebook almost disappears, but it's still there. Now, this doesn't always work. These animals happen to show up very well on strong green screen, but that's not always the case. So you don't always want super strong green screen. Sometimes you want just the middle, and sometimes you want to be weaker. It cuts their heads off. Yeah, I think I'm better off just refilming this. All right, another option for this, go back into Photos, which is where this video is stored. I can crop it from here. I can go to Edit, and then here's that crop button, and I'm just going to cut. Now this time it doesn't do corners, it just does the whole edge there. So now when I go to iMovie, and I take that same clip that I cropped in Photos and I drop it in, this time the notebook won't appear at all. Tap on the clip and then tap on the background. And now it just looks at the dinosaurs at the top. So what this tells me is I need to film with my animals closer to the bottom so that I have the chance to cut the top off if I need to. Now it looks like they're kind of flying, so I can adjust that. I'm going to tap on that background picture, and now I can move this image around. I want more grass in here for them to be landing on. There we go. Dun, da, da. And I can play with that. I can pinch apart to zoom in, or I can pinch together to zoom out. And then it will stay that way. Now, if I tap on the green screen, you'll notice the volume button doesn't work. And that's because it knows there is no sound with our iMotion green screen background, so that's not an option. But there is speed, so I can speed it up or slow it down. If I'm at the end of the video, this is the beginning, this is the end, and I try and add a green screen, it's going to say nope, because you're at the end of the story and there's not a downstairs that you can build on top of. So what I need to do is back it up to where there's that green screen. Right here is where I can add the next one. Now when I try green screen, it's going to add it. And now it's short because I need to take this background and drag it out to the end. Now I'm going to add voiceover. This is tricky because in a room full of kids, it's going to be noisy. But if you lean close to the iPad, the microphone will pick up your voice. It's right down here. See that microphone? That microphone is for talking. I'm going to tap on that. And I already have a story on my head what I'm going to say. So I'm going to come over here to where it says record. I'm a frog, I can hop. I'm a grasshopper, I can hop. It says accept and press play. I'm a frog, I can hop. I'm a grasshopper, I can hop. I might not want my tiger to talk until it knows the spider is behind it, in which case I can add something. So that white line right there shows where we are. So I'm going to drop that, not at the beginning of the movie, but right here where the tiger is just about to turn around. There we go. Notice I want to go to the beginning of the story, to audio, and I can add sound effects. Yep, crickets. Although this is daytime, so that's a grasshopper. So let's go to G for grasshoppers. I don't know what they sound like. Nope. Okay, so how about frogs? Frog. There we go. And now these are stacked. So I've got my green screen on top of my background with my frog sounds and with mine. If I want to change any of these, I just tap on the one that I want to change, and then it's highlighted in yellow. That last part I don't like. I'm going to go to recording, and I'm going to take this yellow and just drag it back so the frog stops talking after the first one. All right, cool. Now, there's all kinds of other stuff we can do, but I want to give you guys time to play with this stuff. I'm going to go over to done, even though I'm not done, and I'm going to type in my grade level and my name. I'm going to say 6th grade. And it's saved. Go back out there, and it's going to be in there for when the next time I come along. We'll go ahead and show you another thing that is the music. With our animals, we don't really need music, although there is some theme stuff. So just so you know, there's audio, and then there's music, but my music, this is all stuff you have to pay for. We don't have that, so we're not going to do. So you're going to back out. We're going to go to soundtracks. Lots of cool soundtracks, and it looks like these need to be downloaded. So you're just going to tap that cloud right there and give it a little bit. Download all. And there are tons of songs in here. I'm feeling like the mountain one, even though that's a grassy field. If you like it, you just tap that plus sign and drop it down. Look at that. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a sandwich. All these ingredients stacked on top of each other. Now, what if I don't like that song? I change my mind. How do I get rid of it? There's no delete. I have to tell the iPad which one I want to get rid of. So I'm going to come to where it says the song, Evergreen. Click on that. And now I can delete it. There we go. If I, whoops, I didn't mean to delete that. I can go undo right there and bring it back. Now, this one's really short. I mean, the whole thing lasts. And it's over. I can take the same one of the green screen there, and I can tap on duplicate. That means make a copy of it, and it'll just repeat itself. Now, the background runs out, and it doesn't go anymore. Even if I try to duplicate this, it won't let me, and this is because you have to have a background first. So what I can do here is tap on that background, and I can duplicate the background. So now I have the background there. I can now, actually I do that a couple times. Dun, dun, dun. And then can duplicate that one. Or let's say I'm tired of this background. I'm going to try a different. Highlight it, delete it, highlight it, delete it, highlight it, delete it. I want to go for a different background. So I'm going to go back to media. And remember, backgrounds are tricky. We don't actually want backgrounds. We want albums and then nature backgrounds. And then we can go a different frog setting, cricket, grasshopper setting. There's a swamp. Add that in there. Change the setting. Oh, there's moving again. I have to turn off Ken Burns. So now it's still. I can pick it up and adjust it. And then I wonder how it'll look with these two. So I have to highlight the one that I want to duplicate. And then there's the green screen. That's pretty cool. I think that music is way too much. Oh, volume. Look at that. I can adjust the volume, turn it down. Can still hear the music, but it's not as loud as it was. Cool. Oh my gosh, so many fun things to do. Go for it. Take turns. Take turns deciding what you're going to do.